Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. So let's go ahead and get ourselves nice and comfortable. So whatever posture feels best for you, making sure that you are creating some nice J curve through the lower lumbar spine. And by doing the creation of the J curve in the lower lumbar spine, we can allow our shoulders to just naturally drop and relax. Take a moment as you come into your posture to play with your chin for a moment and just kind of feel it press forward and then draw it back and then feel it, move it forward, draw it back. One more time. Feel it move forward, then draw it back, and then just allow it to find neutral. And if you need to bobble your head a little bit from side to side and shoulders a little bit from side to side to work to find that best neutral position, please do so. Beautiful. From here, as your eyes gently close, please take a few cycles of breath to just simply come into your body. Take a moment to notice where you are within space. Take a moment to notice if you are placing equal weight between your right sit bone and your left sit bone. And if you need to fidget that a little bit to readjust the weight balance, please do so. As you're here breathing softly and allowing your body to breathe you, take a moment to just simply sway your rib cage a little bit over to the left and a little bit over to the right. And as you do this, notice if there is any kind of restriction. And this isn't a place to judge. This is simply to be in a space of observation. Take a moment and feel that left rib cage gently move forward and then swing back, allowing the right to come forward and swing back. Just being very gentle, allowing that awareness to come up in through the shoulders, gentle rolls through each of the shoulders. Take a moment to feel those lower edges of the shoulder blades, the scapulas gently draw down towards the waist. Notice as you do that if there are any areas where you feel that things are restricted or maybe not engaging quite as well as you would like them to do. Let that relax. And then one more time, gently feel them draw down and let it relax. And then taking a moment and allowing the head to gently move from side to side, just kind of noticing, maybe even forward and back. And just observing how the muscles around your neck and the soft tissue around your neck and your head are feeling today. There's so many different things that we do while we sleep that we may not be aware of in the rest of the day. So it's important to check in and discover if there was something that we did while we were sleeping that maybe made the body feel a little bit wonky. How's that for a scientific term, wonky? All right. Once you've connected in with your body, let's go ahead and connect in with our breath. So taking a slow, steady, deep inhale, allowing it to come from the belly, fill up into the rib cage, front to back, side to side. And as you exhale, feel that rib cage release, then down to the low belly, and feel that release as well. And again, feel the body expand, low belly, front to back, side to side, rib cage, front to back, side to side. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage relax and then the low belly gently drawing in and up. Let's do 2 more cycles of breath to your pace. And once you are finishing that second cycle of breath, we're going to go ahead and prepare ourselves for Kapalabhati, or breath of fire. So now we're going to really pump our low belly like a bellows, really getting it to engage. So slow, steady inhale. We're going to go ahead and do 30 cycles of breath. I'll go ahead and count so you don't have to. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And let's begin. Coming back to 4 cycles of full diaphragmatic breathing. Feeling your body soften into your breath. At the end of your 4th cycle of breath, coming back into your 2nd cycle of breath of fire. So if it feels appropriate, you can bring your palms facing down, pressing onto the tops of the thighs. And again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale through the nose. And let's begin. And then moving into your last 4 cycles of diaphragmatic breath. When you get done with your 4th breath, please place your hands, palms facing down, over your heart. As you finish, moving into that 4th cycle of breath, take a moment to connect to your heart, to connect to a memory that is joyful or that you are profoundly grateful for. Really feel the gratitude, feel the joy, the love, and that as we sing, this feeling move through your body. So we'll begin by singing the sound of ah, then we'll move into the sound of oh, and then finish with the sound of On that fourth silent breath, please set your intent for what you need most today and in your practice, making it an I am statement. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And when you're ready, gently release your hands, bring them down to your side. Eyes still closed. Let's do a big breath of joy, slow, steady inhale, lengthening all the way out through the fingertips. Coming all the way up, allowing the palms to touch, and then exhale, bringing the hands all the way back to the center of the body and allowing the thumbs to rest at the heart point on the sternum. Full cycle of breath right here. And again with the next inhale, lengthening the arms down, taking that full deep cycle of breath. Begin to feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades gently work their way towards each other as you bring the arms up. Allow the head to come up as well. Exhale. Palms touch, hands come back down, bringing them back to the center of the body. Letting the thumbs rest at the heart point on the sternum. Gently from this point, allow the corners of your mouth to turn up. Let your eyes gently open. Beautiful. This time we're going to go ahead and take ourselves into a gentle twist. So allow the arms to come down. Inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Now, when you get ready to exhale, leading with that right arm, allow the right arm to come forward, the left arm to come back, letting the hands sweep down so that the right hand holds on to the ankle. The left hand comes behind, gently resting on the back of the cushion. Breathe deeply. Here, as you do this, since we're working on stretching through the right side, see if you can engage that left side just a little bit, activating into those abdominal muscles, those stomach muscles, squeezing that left side just a little bit more. Noticing that as you do so, it frees the right side to open into the twist just a bit more. Then gently release the squeeze. Inhale, float those arms up. When they reach parallel to the floor, begin to untwist, bringing yourself back to center, allowing the palms to touch. And then as you exhale, this time, allow that left arm to come forward, right arm to come back. Again, resting that left hand at the ankle, right hand behind. Breathe here. Notice if there's a difference between the two sides. See if you can engage through this right side a little bit more, squeezing into the abdominals on this right side, freeing up the left side to gently bring yourself a little bit more into the twist. So rather than pushing, we are simply pulling and engaging through that right side, asking it to activate, asking it to wake up so that we can safely bring ourselves into a twist. Gently, slowly release as you get ready. Inhale, gently bring those arms out when they come parallel. Unwind. Let them come all the way up. And then one more time. Exhale, sweep that right arm forward, left arm back. One more time, moving into this gentle twist, engaging a little bit more through the abdominals on that left side, allowing them to wake up, allowing the body to wake up. Feel that opening in all the way coming from that right shoulder blade down through the lateral rib cage, all the way down to the front of that right pelvis, and possibly all the way into the top of the right leg. Squeezing through the left, and then gently release. Inhale, unwind. Let the hands come all the way up to the top, and then exhale, gently sweep that over to the right. And again, engage through this right side. Allow, through the engagement of the right side, for the left side to open, unwind, almost as if it's a flower petal or the flower, and the petals are beginning to open. As you pull and engage through the right side, you create freedom and space through the left. Gently, slowly release. Inhale, sweeping those arms up. Torso comes all the way back up. Palms touch. Exhale. Bring the hands to the heart center. Thumbs resting against the heart point on the sternum. Breathe. And from here, gently hinging. So we're coming all the way from where the top of the leg meets the trunk of the body, deep into the hip joint, gently allowing yourself to fold forward, feeling the shoulders stay relaxed. So we're feeling this length coming from all the way through the glutes and into the low back. Take a moment here to find that low belly. See if you can draw up and in as you very gently notice that we're not hinging forward very much. Hands are still on the front tops of the thighs. See if you can find that low belly core and gently draw up and in. Once you find that low belly core, take a moment, squeeze through the glutes. Take and feel them awaken. Beautiful. So again, not moving very far forward. All we're doing is allowing the body to wake up. Gently, slowly release that. Bring it back. Now, what I invite you to do is take a moment, feel the sits bones gently tuck under. Let the hands come forward and gently roll the low back away. So taking a gentle stretch into that low back. Chin is tucking high up and into the chest. So all we're doing is a variation of cat right here, coming from the seated position. Gently, slowly lengthen, neutralizing the spine. Now, I want you to bring the feet forward, coming on to the soles of the feet, gently spreading through the toes. Hands, if possible, I want you to bring them either to your side or just back, just a step or two. Palms are facing down. As you're here, I want you to squeeze gently into the inner edges of the shoulder blades and allow that back, to gentle arch. So all we're doing now is moving into a gentle cow. Continue to feel the heart open as you squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together, gently working into the upper torso. Beautiful. Make sure that you're not overarching through the head as you gaze towards the ceiling. You should be able to swallow comfortably. Everything should feel as a flower opening, so it should be comfortable, inviting, the way the sun feels inviting to the flower, and the flower wants to open to the sun. Gently, slowly release those shoulders. Come back up. Beautiful, you guys. Take a moment, roll the shoulders. Good. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead and move onto our back. So let's go ahead and slide our cushions or our blankets out of the way. Sorry, just a moment. We had a message come in from Jerry, so, okay. And he sends his best, but he's having internet problems, which is why he's not here with us today. So, all right, you guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit for our low back. Please keep a strap handy because we're going to use that. I saw something this week that I want to try with you all. It was actually, it looked really fun, right? A little playful. So go ahead and come on back. We're going to start first by unwinding the back to make sure that everything is happy. So gently, slowly roll ourselves down. Take a minute here with our knees bent. And we're going to play a little bit with our pelvis. So what I want you to do is we're going to just kind of work on the rotation of the pelvis using gravity and the support of the floor as an assist so that we can really come into some sensation with how this is feeling for our bodies. So the first thing I want you to do while you're here, before we do anything, is just simply squeeze your glutes. So take a moment and I want you to squeeze the left glute and I want you to observe how that feels. Let that glute relax and then squeeze your right glute and observe how that feels. And then I want you to allow that to relax. Coming back to your left glute, I want you to squeeze that left glute again and then very gently begin to, after you've squeezed the glute, begin to allow this left hip to gently come up so that the top of the hip is getting a little bit closer to the bottom of the left rib cage. And just notice how that feels within your body. Let it relax. Again, what we're looking for is a space that feels inviting. So what you may need to do once you did that is just go ahead and kind of rock a little bit to make sure that everything comes back into neutral, that you can feel that gentle pressure on the sacrum. And then when you're ready, I want you to squeeze that right glute. And if it feels comfortable, I want you to shift that right hip up towards the rib cage. I want you to take a moment and just gently notice how that feels. And then allow that to release. Come back to neutral. Again, if you need to, do a little fidget. What you can do is, if you're not sure if your body is still square between your shoulders and your pelvis, you can gently lift the hips up just a moment off the mat and just gently shift and rock one side of the hip up and then the other side of the hip up, and then tuck just a little bit so that you can place the lower lumbar spine and the sacrum back down. Okay. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and I want you to sidestep your feet so that they're next to each other. Allow your hands to come out into a relaxed T position. Palms can either be up or down. And very gently as you exhale, allow the legs to gently float over a little bit to the left. And as you do that, just notice how that feels through the low body. Are there any areas where you may be feeling constriction or tightness? And then gently draw the legs back up together. And on your next exhale, gently allow the legs to float over to the right. And take a moment on this side to notice if you're feeling any resistance, any constriction. So because we're working from a place of invitation, please do not continue to try to jam your legs down. Just respect what your spine is telling you. So if you do have a place of restriction in your spine, all you're going to do is just back yourself out just a little bit so that instead the feeling becomes an invitation. And then just gently, slowly release that. One more time, gently allowing the legs. Feet are still together. Inner edges of the feet are still touching. Gently allow the legs to come over to the left. And take a moment to observe how that feels. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then gently let the legs rise up. Pause here. Again, if you need to, gently lift the pelvis up and off the mat and allow the front of the pelvis to rock a little bit from side to side. And then gently allow it to find its way back down onto the mat. And then when you're ready, feet are still together, gently allow the legs to roll over a little bit. Again, looking for that space of invitation. And then gently, slowly release that. Now what I want you to do is I want you to bring your hands, palms facing together, and we're going to play a little bit with our shoulders for a moment. So palms are touching. You can either interlace your fingers so that index fingers are pointed and thumbs are overlapped, or you can keep the palms flat and thumbs touching. So the first thing I want you to do is gently feel the shoulder blades retract. So I want you to feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades. Gently draw them together even as you continue to work to keep the arms long. Now, as you do this, notice if your spine automatically moves into a gentle arch through the lower lumbar spine. And then allow that to relax. Let the shoulders relax. And notice how that also relaxes the spine. So one more time, I want you to feel those inner edges of the shoulder blades gently work towards each other. And notice how the rest of the spine reacts as you make that movement. This time, if you choose, see if you can continue to retract through the shoulder blades and yet feel that lower part of your spine begin to work its way back to the mat. So now what we're doing is we're just asking our spine to move in segments rather than move as one whole unit. Gently allow that to relax. From here, what I want you to do is now, leading with the fingertips, gently press those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, feel the inner edges of the arms, upper arms especially, gently work towards each other. So what we're doing is we're really pulling the front of our chest closer together as we lengthen the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Notice what's happening in the rest of the spine. So as you do that, is the rest of the spine grounding into the mat, and allow that to relax and allow your body to come back to neutral. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time. So gently, slowly engage through the front of your torso, really squeezing those pectoral muscles together, squeezing those upper arm muscles together as you lead those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now, let's see if we can separate the sections of our back just a little bit and see if you can place just a very gentle arch into the lower lumbar spine. And as you do that, I want you to squeeze into the glutes as well. So here what we're doing is we're working to protect our lumbar spine as we separate out through the segments, even as we continue to lead fingertips up towards the ceiling. Gently release all of that. Let it relax and let the arms come out for a moment into cactus arms. So as our arms are in cactus arms, we're going to take just a moment here and beginning with the right arm, I want you to, all you're going to do is rotate through the shoulders so the left forearm is going to come upright, and then see if you can bring that left forearm all the way down so that the palm touches the mat while still staying grounded through the upper arm. And then gently allow that to release, bring it back. Now we're going to do the same thing with our right arm. So again, upper arm stays grounded on the floor, and gently, slowly lift through the lower arm and work your way down. You may not be able to touch the mat, and that's okay, but just find where that range is. Again, working at a space of invitation, allowing the palm to touch. So all we're doing here now is just working full rotation through the shoulder joint, and then just gently let that relax. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and exhale, gently do that with the left arm again. So left arm is down, right arm is up, breathe. Notice what you're doing with your spine. And if while you're doing this, you can gently rock into the spine, creating a curve through the lumbar spine, and then gently relaxing back in and grounding into the mat. And gently release, let the left arm come up, and let the right arm come down. And again, breathe. You can play with the spine as you make these movements through the arms. And then gently, slowly release. Sweep those arms up. Now, again, palms can either touch or you can interlace your fingers, whichever feels best. Leading over to the right first. What I want you to do is just gently draw with the fingertips from midnight, which is gently above, directly above, and you're going to go towards 9 o'clock. So gently roll that upper torso over to 9 o'clock and breathe. Notice how this feels through the trunk. And then inhale, draw back up to midnight. And then as you exhale, gently roll yourself over to the left. Sorry, that's 9 o'clock. I'm backwards. Breathe. Notice how it feels on this side. And gently inhale up. Let's see if we can do this one more time and see if I can pay attention to the clock properly. We're back up to midnight. Now I want you to go ahead and move yourself over to the right, which is going to be 3 o'clock. There we go. Oh my God, I'm actually going to tell time properly. Inhale, bring yourself back up. And then exhale, lower yourself over to 9 o'clock, moving over to the left. Breathe. Again, making sure that everything feels like an invitation. Gently, slowly bring yourself back up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put the legs with the arms. So as you get ready to exhale, you are going to move your legs over to the left, sweep the arms over to the right. You may not go as far this time. Continue to draw those arms together as you let the legs float over to the left. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring the arms over to the left and let the legs float over to the right. Breathe. Gently, slowly release, bring it back up. Release the hands, coming back into neutral. Now what we're looking for next is to allow the legs to come out to hip distance. As long as it's comfortable, work towards bringing your heels closer to your sits bones. And we're going to go ahead and squeeze the pelvis up. So squeezing through the glutes gently, slowly bring the pelvis up. And we're looking towards bringing it to a height where you have one long straight line. So the knees are highest, then the pelvis, then the shoulders. Squeeze here. Take a moment to notice how it feels because as you're squeezing the glutes, the knees are going to want to move out. So is it possible to keep the knees hip distance apart or not? Gently, slowly, as you soften the squeeze, lower yourself back down. Bring the knees into the chest for a moment here. Apanasana, give yourself a gentle squeeze. And just allow your body to roll and rock a little bit from side to side. Okay. Coming back down, bringing the legs back down. Again, heels are close to the sits bones. And again, squeezing through the glutes, gently bringing arms are by the side, gently bringing yourself up. so that you're looking at one long straight line. Knees are highest, then hips, then shoulders. If your body says yes, I invite you to come up onto the left toes, bring them down, come up onto the right toes, bring them down. See if you can do this and still keep the alignment. So that means knees stay highest, hips stay second, and then shoulders. So don't let the pelvis begin to dip. Now let's go ahead and do coming up onto the balls of the feet for both feet. Breathe. Beautiful. Very nice. Gently lower them down. One more time. Come up onto the balls of the feet for both feet. Gently lower them down. One more time. Balls of the feet for both feet. Gently lower them down, and then gently, slowly draw the rest of the body down. Again, let's release that by drawing the knees high into the chest. Grab your strap. With the knees still into the chest, I want you to place the strap around both feet. Hold on. You can either wrap or not. You can try this with feet together. You can also try this with feet hip distance apart. So you guys, what I want you to do is use your arms to pull your feet in. Again, just a little bit. What we're looking for is an invitation. And let it relax. And notice that as you pull your feet in, you can begin to rock a little bit. Okay? And as it feels good, see if you can begin to rock yourself up, whoop, and come back down. There we go. Beautiful. Look at you go. Oh, lovely. Rock on. Y'all look great. That's awesome. Okay, gently, slowly, see if with control you can come back. Release the strap. You guys, that was awesome. You guys look great. You just did both. Can you believe that? That was fabulous. You rocked it out of the park. Yay, yes. Okay, here we go. So, one more time. Bring the legs down. Feet, heels of the feet are close to the sit bones. Okay, gently, slowly squeezing through the glutes. Bring yourself back up so that you're looking at that alignment. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to place more weight into that left side. You're going to squeeze a little bit more strongly with that left hip. So that left hip might come up just a little bit more. And now I want you to release, bend into the knee, and bring that right leg up. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Gently, slowly bring that right leg down. Shift the squeeze. Squeeze a little bit more into that right side. Feel that right hip maybe come up just a half an inch more. And now release the left, bend into the left leg. Beautiful. Gently, slowly bring it down. And here we go again. Shift into the left. Squeeze strongly through the left. Bring up the right leg. Lovely. Bring it down. Squeeze a little bit more deeply into the right. Bring the left leg up. Good. Nice. Bring it down. Should we do it one more time? Squeeze a little bit more into the left. Bring that right leg up. Good. Bring it down. Squeeze a little bit more into the right. Left leg up. Bring it down. Good. Now, come back up onto the balls of the feet. We're doing this so that now this time you have lots and lots of space to gently, slowly come all the way back down onto the spine. I want you to walk your feet out just a little bit. They're still about hip distance apart, if not a little bit more. And this time what I want you to do is very gently, very slowly, let both legs float over to the left. And breathe. Breathe deeply into this right side. If it feels appropriate, you can squeeze a little bit more into that right glute, gently opening through the front and top quadricep on that right leg. But you're doing this gently, y'all, because what we're doing is we've kind of pinned our hamstring a little bit. So I want to make sure it doesn't cramp. Gently release that, glute squeeze on the right side, and then bring both legs up. Feel that yumminess. Okay, here we go. When you're ready, gently, slowly allow the legs to float over, windshield wiper over to the right. Again, if you want to open into this just a little bit more, you can squeeze into that left glute. Opening into the top of the right or the left quadricep. You're making very careful movements because I want everybody to take very good care of their knees. Breathe. And then gently, slowly release the squeeze. Draw the legs up. Okay. Bring the knees back into the chest. And one more time, as long as that first rotation felt good, I invite you to take your strap, place it around your feet. Gently pull yourself into a tighter tuck and gently begin to rock. Once again, this time when you come up, once you find your balance, there we go. See if you can use your strap. Nope. Goodness gracious. And hold yourself into boat pose. I am not doing so hot this round. Breathe. There we go. Good. Beautiful. Very nicely done. Oh, ladies, that looks so good. Look at you go. All right. Now this time, see if you can allow your body to float forward and release that way. Good. How's that feel? How's the low back feeling? Better? Okay, good. All right, Yahoo. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to move into some lunges, but we're going to also use our straps as we do our lunges. So we're going to do a little bit of a twofer. I'm asking your brain, we're going to work some coordination today. So since we'll be starting on our knees, please make sure that you have blankets or whatever you need underneath your knees. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to adjust the camera angle here just a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we are starting on our knees. I think I'm going to have to do it, sorry. I'm going to bring my arms up over my head, and I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing instead of imagining. Okay, there we go. Okay, so everybody's set up. We've all got cushions underneath the knees if we need them. Here we have our strap, you guys. So make sure you can either do it simplified, so it's thumb over, or you can tuck it so that you can wrap it. Got it? All right, here we go. So starting from here on our knees, let the arms come down and then take a deep inhale. Bring them up and over. Please make sure that the arms are wider than shoulder width. No pinching through the acromion process. Oh. And with the arms up here, I want you to just very gently begin to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. And as you squeeze, notice that the elbows automatically just want to bend. So that's great. Allow them to bend. Breathe. From here, go ahead and allow the knees to come next to each other if they are not already. Gently shift the hips over to the right or the left and allow the torso to bend over to the right. Oh, breathe. And just notice how the sensation feels. And gently, slowly allow that to release. Slow, steady inhale, and then when you're ready, allow the hips to shift over to the right. Let the torso come over to the left. We're still squeezing those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Opening to the left, really feeling that spaciousness through the right side. And then gently, slowly release. Let the arms come back down. So we're going to keep our hands in our straps, but we're going to just lightly bring our hands to our hips. Starting with the left leg, what I want you to do is gently, slowly step that left foot forward and allow the hips to shift down in front. Breathe. Here you have an option. You can either stay on the top of the foot and gently lift that knee off. If that's too much and instead you'd like to open into the bottom of the foot, gently curl those right toes under and gently lengthen into that right leg. Breathe. Notice where you need to be squeezing. If you feel like you're taking this too much into your joints, squeeze through your glutes and ask your muscles to work. Then gently, slowly release. Bend back into the knee. Come on back to the top of the foot and allow the hips to come back so that once again you're upright through the torso and in line with the right leg. Gently step that left leg back. Same thing again now with the right leg. Shift the body weight over to the left. Step that right foot forward. As your body says yes, I want you to gently lengthen, dropping in. So bring the hips down and forward, opening into that left side. Breathe here. Feel the shoulders relax. So what we're focusing on now is our lower limbs, our lower body. If your body says yes, you have two options. You can either keep the top of the foot resting on the mat and just simply lengthen into that right leg. If that's too much, or that left leg, excuse me, I want you to curl underneath your left toes and gently lengthen up that way. So you have your options as to what feels best for your body. Breathe here. Notice if you need to squeeze your glutes in order to make sure that the muscles are working and you're not taking this into the joints. Notice that the shoulders should be completely relaxed, as is the upper torso, and that you're working through the lower torso. Gently release that, bend into the knee, come back down onto the top of the foot. Gently pull those hips back and come back in. Okay. Now we're going to work some coordination, you guys. So bring your arms back down to the sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to bringing the left leg forward. As we bring the left leg forward, I want you to bring your arms up over your head. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, shift the body weight to the right, bring that left leg forward, bring your arms up. Breathe. While you're here, as you begin to allow the hips to come forward, I want you to squeeze into the shoulder blades. So again, elbows are gently bending. And when you're ready, from where you are in this lunge, gently roll yourself over to the right and breathe. Making sure that this always feels like an invitation. Flower opening to the sun. Gently, slowly inhale, bring that torso up. This time I want you to straighten into that left leg and arms still up and overhead. Gentle bend in the elbows, slowly, gently begin to hinge yourself forward. Notice this may not be a large movement. Breathe. Spine is long. Take a moment to play with the hips. See if you can place that left hip and feel it float back as the right hip comes forward, making sure that Everything is neutral. If you choose, you can rock into the heel of that left foot, so toes are now up in the air. Gently, slowly release, bending back into that left knee, sweep the arms down. Let them come back to the hips, step that left foot back. Same thing on the right side. When you're ready, shift the body weight over to the left. As you step that right foot forward, bring those arms up and overhead. As you sink in with the hips, bend and squeeze through those glutes, allowing the elbows to gently bend. Breathe. And this time, gently roll torso to the left and breathe. One more cycle of breath. Gently release. Push those hips back and now begin to straighten into that right leg. Hinge forward again. Not a big movement. Keep squeezing through those inner edges of the shoulder blades. If you choose, rock into the heel, gently flex into that foot. Notice if you can come in a little bit more as you here. Play with drawing that right hip back and allowing the left hip to gently rock forward, making sure that you're in neutral. Breathe. Gently release. Sweep the arms down. Release the strap. Woo! Hands come back to the hips. Step back. There we go. Good. Okay, you guys. So from here, come back, grab your blocks. Let's go ahead and put them on the highest orientation. And you're going to be in a slightly wider than what you normally would be. So rather than a straight tabletop, we're a little bit elevated and our arms are just a little bit forward. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to curl underneath your toes as long as your body says yes. If your body does not say yes to that, you're going to keep your feet flat and simply lift about 1 inch with the knees off. If you can do more than that, you're going to curl underneath the toes, keeping the arms engaged. Lengthen in to take high plank. Beautiful, very nicely done. Good. If your body says yes, and only if your body says yes, I want you to do a shoulder push-up. So squeeze those inner edges of the shoulders together, keeping your arms long, and then gently pull those shoulders away. Beautiful, good. Now, I want you to shift your hips. Walk your feet forward. Take a momentary pause here. Gently bend into the knees. Let your elbows bend and do a very gentle forward fold. Yum. Letting your body relax. Giving it a moment to just absorb everything that we're doing. When you're ready, gently bring your torso up slightly. Walk those feet back. Okay, take again, high plank. Beautiful. This time, if you choose, you're going to bend into your elbows, gently allowing your body to come down a little bit, and then gently press yourself up. One more time, if your body says yes, gently bend into your elbows, engaging with your core as you do, squeeze through the glutes a little bit, and then press yourself back up. Shift the hips back and up, gently walk those feet forward, and Bend into the knees, bend into the elbows, and let your body soften right here. Okay. From here, I want you to step each of the blocks back so that now the blocks are only about 4 inches away from your toes. Hands are still resting on top of the blocks. Elbows are bent. We're going to start working on a little bit of balancing. So the first thing I want you to do is to simply rock back and forth, allowing your heels to come up and let the weight come onto the balls of the feet. So this is just another variation of riding a bicycle or pedal pushing when we're in downward facing dog. We're just getting used to allowing the hips to begin to move. Gently pause. As you exhale, let your body sink. As you inhale, shift your weight into that left foot and left hand and get very light with the right foot. See if you can lengthen into that left foot now. Hover with that right foot and gently draw some ankle circles in both directions. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to continue to lengthen that right leg back. You can point through the toes or flex through the feet, whichever feels best, and gently, slowly allow that leg to go as high as your body says yes. And breathe. Notice what's happening through the left side of your body. That left foot, left ankle kind of shimmying back and forth a little bit. If it is, that's normal. This is how your body finds where it is in space. These are proprioceptive nerves giving your brain information. Keep breathing here. And then gently, slowly bring that right leg all the way back down. Let it come back and anchor right here. From here, I want you to squeeze into your glutes, bend into your knees, and come into Ardha Utkatasana, so half chair. Breathe. Squeeze those glutes. And by squeezing the glutes, see if you can lengthen into those legs, straightening them. Arms are still straight out in front. Exhale, squeeze through the glutes. Bend back into the knees. Come back into half chair. Release the arms. Let the hips come high. Let the head hang low. Pause here. Feeling your body soften. And now we're going to prepare to move into the other side. So this time what I want you to do is shift into that right foot. Place a little bit more weight into that right hand. Get very light with your left foot. And as long as you can hover it, I want you to do little ankle turns. Both directions, little circles. And then from here, as long as your body says yes, begin to straighten it into that right leg. Lengthen that left leg back. You're only going as high as your body says yes. And just keep lengthening into that left leg. Finding what feels best for your body. And again, you're observing that right ankle, noticing that it's got a little bit of a wiggle wobble to it. And it's supposed to, you guys. This is how your body balances. It's this beautiful dance. Breathe. And then very gently, very slowly. Lower the leg. Bring that left leg all the way back down. Take a moment, bending in deeply into the knees. Squeeze through those glutes. Float those arms forward. Continue to squeeze through those glutes strongly. Press down through the feet so that you can begin to straighten through the legs. Arms are still forward. Full cycle of breath. And exhale, squeezing through the glutes, gently, slowly bring yourself back into half chair, Ardha Utkatasana. Release that. Let the hands come back to the blocks. Let the head sink. As long as it feels safe here, I invite you to release your hands from the blocks. You've got a nice bend in the knees so that you're really focusing on the low back. Let the arms cross, take your hands at your elbows, let your head hang, and very gently rock just a little bit from side to side. And when you come over to the left side, release the hands. See if you can bring them down to the mat. Shift the body weight a little bit over to the right. Again, opening into that right side. Breathe. Release that. Let the hands come to rest again at the elbows. Rocking from side to side just a little bit. And at the next rock to the right, let the hands float to the outside of the foot. Shift the torso and the body weight over to the left. Breathe deeply in. And gently release. Let the hands come back. Take the elbows and come back to center. Hands come back to the blocks. Gently bend all the way down so that you come back into the knees. And let's come all the way back down onto our mats. Gently move the blocks away. Actually, let's not. Let's hold on to one block. Just because I want to do just a little bit more core. So come on back in. Okay, finding yourself back on your mat. I want you to take the block in between the feet. Okay, flexing into the feet. Now, please remember, you guys, I don't care if the legs are down here or if the legs are up here or if they have a bend in them, y'all. So just do the best that you can. From here, allow your arms to come out into T formation. Squeeze those adductor muscles and gently, slowly, just a little bit, roll the legs as one unit over to the left. Breathe. If your muscles are shaking, that's awesome. Inhale, bring those legs up. Still working the adductor muscles. Gently roll the legs as one unit over a little to the right. Just a little bit. Breathe, finding the core. Inhale, bring it up. Now, gently, slowly begin to lower the legs. Only as far as is comfortable. So you're going to really feel this through the front of the abs, and that's fine. Breathe. Hold it where it's comfortable. Let your body begin to shake a little bit. And then gently, slowly release. Release the block. We're going to finish with a twist and a little bit of PNF work. So if you need a bolster so that you do not move as deeply into the twist so that your spine can stay happy, that's fine. What I want you to do is draw both legs together. Give yourself that little bit of a squeeze. Breathe. Take a moment to notice how your body's feeling right now. Let your arms come back out into T formation and then gently roll the legs over to the right. Making sure that it's comfortable, making sure that this is really easy to breathe into your left lung. really opening into that left lateral side. Gently place that right hand on top, just above that left knee. When you're ready, I want you to squeeze into that left glute strongly and gently press that left leg into the right palm. So there's no movement. All we're doing is we're looking for engagement. And I want you to continue to squeeze. If your body begins to shake here, that's awesome. Just breathe. Send your body some love. It's working really hard to reboot. It's working really hard to find its way back into a healthy homeostasis. Let it relax. Breathe. And then one more time, squeeze into that left glute. And then gently, slowly let it relax. Full breath. One more cycle of breath right here. And then gently bring both legs up. Give yourself a gentle hug. And now we're going to get ready to do the other side. So from this hug, gently roll your legs over to the left. Making sure that you've moved your cushion, your blocks, or your bolster. Breathe here. Now I want you to focus on the right side. So really breathe into that right lung. You actually have an extra lobe on the right side. The left side only has 2 lobes because the heart sits on the left side. The right side has 3. And again, when you're ready, allow this left hand to come on top, just above the right knee. Squeeze into that right glute. Press that right leg into the hand. Again, there's no movement. We're just working to activate muscle and brain, muscle and nerve, fascia and brain, fascia and nerve. Just squeeze. Let it relax. Feel your body soften. Continue to breathe sweetly and deeply into that right side. And then one more time. Squeeze into that right glute. Squeeze and press that right leg into the left hand. Again, no movement. We're just working on activating. Breathe. If the body begins to shake, that's fine. Gently drawing the body back into a neutral homeostasis. Breathe. And let it relax. Feel your body really soften. Feel your body release all tension. When you're ready, gently release that left arm. Bring both legs up. One last time, give yourself a gentle squeeze. Gentle hug, Apanasana. And then lengthen yourself out. Taking whatever props you need in order to move gracefully into your final space of relaxation. Letting your arms come down by your side. Letting your eyes gently close. Letting your body integrate everything that we've done through our practice today. Take some long, slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths, maybe 3. As you do that, take a moment to check in with all parts of your body. Take a moment to thank your body for bringing you through your practice today. Take a moment to thank your breath for bringing you through your practice today. And then gently allow your body to soften and surrender. Allow your breath to release and go back to having your body breathe you. And enjoy the stillness, quiet, and peace. Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Begin by finding fingers and toes, hands and feet, and allow them to make very gentle movements, whatever feels best and most natural. Then feel the awareness move back through the arms and the legs, deep into the trunk and the central part of the body. And come back to your breath, taking a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Once again, bringing in fresh oxygen and fresh life to your body. If it feels appropriate, use your breath to sweep your arms up over your head and stretch. Feel it all the way down to the bones and out to the skin, lengthening fingertips to toes. And gently draw the knees high into the chest. Give yourself that sweet hug. And when you're ready, roll yourself onto your side, still integrating, still coming back softly, gently. Press yourself back up into a seated position. And when you're ready, allow your hands to come to prayer and the thumbs to once again rest at the heart point on the sternum. Y'all, thank you so much. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.